A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit.
I've heard the good news presented by the minister, but even the Good News Bible still had revelations as a part and a chapter at the end. But at some point, we must ensure that we seek to create an end that isn't revelation. I've heard the minister speak to something that sounds quite exciting about the number of flights that are coming to Jamaica and the new flights opening new frontiers to Jamaica. Yet, when one looks at the document, you recognize that the level of dependence on the United States is still maintained. Over 70% of the persons coming to Jamaica are coming from the United States. This is similar to the last 10 years of approximately 70 to 73% of visitors to Jamaica coming from the United States. I see the minister indicating 63. However, I think in the document I saw 70. In the past it was 63%. Okay. But you have indicated, Minister, that we have reversed in differentiation. I understand, but I would hope that my 5 minutes is not a debate. But the minister will be allowed to respond, because the size of the United States have not increased or diminished over time. The dependence on the United States have caused for a statement made by the minister that simple things like a lockdown in the US had had great impact on our arrival numbers. And the effort must be for a greater differentiation of markets. At one point, we were going strong in England. At another point, we were going strong in Canada. One concern that one must also be considering is the level of seat support that we're offering. I saw no mention of that, but it is not unusual that to open new frontiers, there's a subsidy offered to these airlines that are going to then be coming to Jamaica. That subsidy must be placed in the price of opening these new frontiers, and we would love to know that the public is informed if seat support is being offered to those entities and the level of seat support that is being offered to those entities. Additionally, excitement can be found in the Jamaica First statement. But the Jamaica First statement must also be a part of the consideration for the benefits of the industry in the most direct Jamaican, i.e. the employees. I wonder if Jamaica First is the reason for the high levels, local first, that the locals employed to the entities. Just recently we saw a demonstration in many hotels because the locals were dissatisfied with the remuneration and treatment that they were receiving in some of those hotels. Indeed, it is necessary for us to consider a special hotel minimum wage because the circumstances of the hotel workers are not the norm of a regular 9 to 5. There is no person who is serving as a waitress that can say, you know what, I'm going to wash my face and bathe and ready up because time is finished before she finished serving the person, even if the person intends to stay a much longer period of time. There was a point in time that we considered the security guard for a special minimum wage because the perils of the job, including the time of travel to and from job if you're on a particular shift, must be considered as well. Does Local First also include investors? We can see some of our members here from Westmoreland that can tell you that Negril is suffering because the small and medium-sized entities are being outcompeted by larger foreign-owned entities that are causing for lower prices, that are causing for a disbursement of investment, that have more new properties, that have greater brand recognition, especially in these markets that they're going after, that benefit from larger promotional budgets. Well, local first, Minister, let me, Madam Speaker, let me hurry up, should be extended as well to our small and medium properties that are suffering, that are also most affected by competition from Airbnbs, and a program must be in place to sustain and to protect the existence and profitability of our small and medium-sized entities as well. We heard exciting news about the craft market. However, we have recognized that craft have dissolved into almost a retail industry, with Chinese craft being the most dominant presence in most of the things. We have seen that there's also very limited protection for design, to the point that persons that attended Edna Manley see no true benefit unless they have a place within the craft market, because their designs are not satisfactorily protected. Finally, because of the context of time, we would also want to recommend to you the Minister of Entertainment's conversation last week, where entertainment can be used as an attractor to Jamaica. We have been dependent on climate differentiation. That's why we call those coming from the north bird tourists. They fly south for winter. And you're now seeking to contribute to a new climatic differentiation for the summer months.
This is what she's fighting against. So Mark Golding and all his cabinet signed this because it is important to them, and them respect the Jamaican people. When you talk about selflessness, holders of public office should serve in the public interest and not for personal gain. No wonder why Andrew Wallace do not want to sign the code of conduct. So when you come out and I say Mark Golding, they enough to talk about integrity. Mark Golding can talk about it, girl, because he signed it. Andrew Wallace can't talk about it. Someone of a lift up. Someone of a lift up, because you not even like yourself, much less like Jamaican people. Uno is a disgrace to human race. Uno is a disgrace. All the time you come out with a narrative and lie to Jamaican people. You need to stop this. It is wrong.
Yes, all of them went with me.
Take a look at the second one. Integrity. They should not place themselves under obligation to any person or organization that might influence their public duty. This is what the PNP have. Integrity. Andrew Honest not have none. So when you're coming out and you are fight against Mark Golding, you look foolish, you look stupid, because you're saying one bunch of nothing. Because the fact still remain, Mark Golding signed it, and the Jamaican people can hold him accountable for any wrongdoing. But we cannot hold Andrew Honest accountable when Andrew Honest not signed this. This for showing us that Andrew Wallace not respect the law of the land, and he doesn't respect Jamaican people. So girl, you need to go and educate yourself and stop making a fool out of yourself. Stop making a fool. Girl, stop it. Like literally, me have to really laugh after you. Accountability. She a fight against Mark Golding because Mark Golding and him team them sign towards this accountability. They are accountable for their decisions and actions to the public and must submit to appropriate scrutiny. And Journalists, they don't want no scrutiny, they want thief in peace. So you come out now a different Andrew Wallace. You is a germs bag. You is nothing but a germs bag. You're a filth. Only a filth talk like you. Check out openness. They should be as open as possible when making decisions, providing reason for those decisions, and only restricting information when the public interest demands it. And this is what the girl fighting against.
Well, I cannot say how far it was.
So you live in Newport, and it was in Mandeville at the hospital?
Right.
Okay, so that will be about 15 to 20 minutes drive back home?
Yeah, but maybe about that or maybe half an hour, depends.
Oh,
Mommy.
okay.
Mommy.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna ask a question. Where did Jaden say the baby fell from?
Well, Jaden did not say. He only said that the baby fell and hit his leg. That's the only thing Jaden said to me.
But I heard earlier that the baby fell from the jump from the bed.
No, she did not say that.
That's not what she say.
That the baby loves to do that, and that was a normal thing. So
My question to you, independent transport operators such as JUTA, JU, JCAL, and others, they have been complaining about the high fees that are being charged by the large players in the industry. What is being done to address such those issues? Also, as it relates, my next question relates to the entertainment packages that are being offered by some of these large players, again, local first. I welcome the idea of an entertainment academy, but what measures will be in place to ensure that some of the hotels utilize the services of persons coming from the entertainment academy, as well as even currently some of the employees as it relates to providing entertainment in the hotels? And also, what marketing support is being offered to smaller hotels within the space, especially Negril? I must also say that I'm happy to hear that there are plans as it relates to the Lucy, the bypass in Lucy. I'm sure that will add to the tourism product. I'm, however, hopeful that that will be done if there's a timeline with respect to that bypass.
Push the needle and push the envelope as far as they can in the deprivation or restriction of the civil liberties of our people, unless we're vigilant to stand up and protect those. Which is why I have insisted that when it comes to choosing a new president under the reformed constitution, it cannot be that the president of the country can simply be the person who the prime minister chooses to put in place. Some people seem to think that as long as there's an obligation to consult, it will all be hunky-dory, and we will all come together as one, and our interests and the people's interests will be fully taken into account, and there will be a satisfactory outcome. Our experience shows us otherwise. We have objected cogently in reasoned, written discourse to the Prime Minister as to why past suggested appointments or reappointments are not supported by us, and those have been ignored at times. With something as important as the presidency of the country, the president is going to have an important role in a number of areas, even though it is not an executive presidency that Jamaica is embarking on at this time. And I say at this time, because this is not the end of the story of constitutional reform. This is, as far as I'm concerned, a preliminary step, because we are all agreed that time comes to have a Jamaican head of state as a mature democracy.
Uno like and share out this video. Tell a friend about Hata for the Press, and my people, I want to run over to my other channel. It is called Lady Press. Subscribe and get me to 10K. Blessings upon blessings. One love.